Everyone, the first project of the DCU has officially landed, and yeah, it's pretty freaking amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, when you have James Gunn spearheading the progress and whatnot, and an absolutely stacked cast like Alan Tudyk, Frank Grillo, Sean Gunn, Zoe Chow, David Harbour, and Maria Bakalova, not to mention so many more, you know that you're in for a pretty good ride. And yeah, I mean, that's what you get. Not only is it animated spectacularly, but all the episodes seem to be written out very well. Is it a little strange that this is the first DCU project? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. And it's definitely not perfect, by all means. We'll get to that later. But first, I mean, we do have to go through the positives. First off, yeah, this feels like the DC universe. Even though we're not tackling a list of very popular characters, the most popular probably being Viola Davis as Waller, we do get cameos and more, like Clayface, not to mention the actual DC Trinity, just kind of hanging there in the background with Gorilla Grodd seemingly defeating them, and Batman's first canonical appearance in the DCU. But let's cover some of the other characters, because this is a show that absolutely nails them. Dr. Phosphorus is equally evil as he is amazing and entertaining whenever he's on screen. And I mean, yeah, that dance scene, bro's got some moves. Now, Rick Flag Sr., he's actually confirmed to be in the most DCU projects of anyone else so far, appearing in Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker. Now, while he is kind of taken out of the action, he still is phenomenal throughout the show. Sean Gunn voices both Weasel and G.I. Robot. They did not do my boy justice killing him off like that. Of course, there's also Nina Mazursky, who we finally get the backstory for in the finale. And I mean, James Gunn absolutely nails the finale for every single one of these characters. David Harbour as Frankenstein. Don't got much to say except loved it. You know, I don't really think of him as a voice actor, but I mean, this role might have changed my mind. I don't know how to say her name, but here she is. She voices the bride, and I mean, yeah, she does great, especially since she's the main lead, it seems, of the story. This cast absolutely nailed it. Excited to see who Alan Tudyk's voicing in Superman. But we do have to talk about James Gunn for a bit. Man, what an absolute unit when it comes to the comic book storytelling. He of course did the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, the Suicide Squad, Super, and now he's working on the upcoming film, Superman. I don't know why anyone ever doubts him. I know this is his usual story, where it's like a group of misfits comes together to do something for the greater good and whatnot. But like, come on, he's really good at it, and he proves time and time again. Plus, Creature Commandos does take that format and changes it up a little with it being animated and it's a show. So that's very fun. Not to mention, it starts the DCU off on a good note. Sure, it may not be talked about as much as you would want it to, but like, you know, you can't expect it to get that much popularity, especially since it's the first project of DC and it's about the Creature Commandos. Like, no one really had huge high hopes for it to get that popular, but at least we can look back and say, well, this started out good, and now we kind of just have to look and see where it goes. But I mean, hey, a good start is better than, you know, no start. Now, however, I have been praising this show so far, but I do have to get into some negatives, because I hate to say it, but it's not a perfect show. First off, I talked about this earlier, but James Gunn does do this a lot, you know, the Misfit Toast team or whatever, and it seems like he's going to be doing it again for the Authority, and I don't know, it gets tiring after a while. Like, I know a lot of directors have a genre they go back to or whatever, or an idea, but like, he does it a little too much. Like, it feels like that's the only thing he knows how to do at this point, which we've seen his other movies, Slither, the Scooby-Doo films. He has more potential than just these team-up films, but feels like sometimes he gets a little too comfortable making them. Also, don't know about you guys, the episodes are way too short. I know it's a cartoon show and whatnot, but they did not need to be as short as they were. They could have been a lot longer, and you can kind of feel when things were certainly rushed. Also, I don't know why, don't get me wrong, the characters have chemistry and stuff or whatnot, but they don't really ever feel like a team, you know? I mean, like, when they were walking at the end of episode 7, I was like, heck yeah, Creature Commandos, or whatnot, but they never really had that Guardians of the Galaxy, like, I would die for you type feeling, you know? Also, they killed my boy G.I. Robot off, biggest negative of the whole show. No, I'm just kidding. Being serious now, this is the first DCU project, which like gets me super hyped. And so what will I give this show out of 10? And I'm gonna go with an 8.5. It didn't shoot super high, so it couldn't get a super high score. But like, if we look past all that, it is a really good show. You know? So yeah, W show. Glad that the DCU is getting off on a good note. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.